Let's get right into it. The global economy is heading into a massive transformation. Seriously, by 2026, the way we all work, the way we shop, and how we build businesses is going to look fundamentally different. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down the 5 most powerful trends you absolutely need to understand to get ahead of the curve.
And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale of this change, look at this number, $15.7 trillion. According to PwC, that's how much value AI could pump into the global economy by 2030. That's an economic force bigger than the entire current output of China. This isn't just a small wave we're talking about. It's a tsunami of change.
And this quote from our source material just hits the nail on the head. The pace of all this change, it's picking up speed. Things that might have taken a decade to happen before are now unfolding in just a matter of months. You just can't be a passive observer anymore.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with how AI is basically becoming the new operating system for work. Then, we'll dive into the rise of the personalization engine. After that, we'll look at why green is the new gold, explore our next reality with spatial computing, and finally, we'll unpack the huge boom in the solo economy.
Okay, first up, AI as the new operating system. You can forget about learning dozens of different apps. We are moving so fast towards a world where AI co-pilots are just the default way we interact with technology to get anything done.
So what in the world is an AI co-pilot? Well, think of it like a brilliant assistant that's built directly into the tools you already use every day. It's not some separate app you have to open up, it's just right there, helping you write better emails, debug your code way faster, or even create entire marketing plans in just a few seconds.
And listen, this isn't some sci-fi future, it is happening right now. Developers using GitHub Copilot, they're coding 55% faster. The Mayo Clinic is cutting down the time doctors spend on paperwork by 40%. In Klarna, they're automating nearly 2/3 of all their customer service. These aren't just stats, they represent absolutely massive gains in productivity.
Okay, this all sounds amazing for the big guys, right? But what does it really mean for you, for entrepreneurs and professionals, especially in a market like Bangladesh? Where's the real opening here? Here is the absolute key. Don't go out and try to build the next ChatGPT. The real, and I mean real, opportunity is in creating specialized, niche copilots. Think about it. Build an AI assistant for the crazy complexities of export documentation in the garment industry, or one that helps small businesses navigate SME finance. When you combine AI with deep, local industry knowledge, you can solve problems that the big tech giants will completely miss. All right, let's move on to our second huge trend, the personalization engine. Now, this is about moving way past those basic suggestions, like you might also like this stuff. We're talking about creating experiences that literally adapt to each user in real time. And this chart just perfectly shows why every business is obsessed with this. A McKinsey report found that companies who get personalization right, who really excel at it, generate 40% more revenue than average companies. 40%! That's not just an edge. That's a game-changing advantage that nobody can afford to ignore. So, how can you tap into this? Well, the opportunity is empowering the smaller businesses. You could build privacy-focused customer data platforms for all the SMEs that can't afford the big enterprise solutions. Or create simple but really effective AI recommendation engines for local e-commerce sites. And think about hyper-personalized apps for fitness or education that actually adapt to a user's progress and goals. Our third major trend is that green is the new gold. For years, sustainability was seen as kind of a nice-to-have thing, maybe a PR move. By 2026, it's going to be at the absolute core of business strategy, and that's driven by both what the market demands and just plain financial necessity.
And the money is already flowing. This number? That's the amount invested in clean energy in 2023 alone, according to the International Energy Agency. This isn't just a trend, it's one of the biggest economic shifts in 100 years.
Now, what's so exciting is that Bangladesh is already a leader in the space. The fact that the country is home to more than half of the world's top 100 green garment factories is just an incredible proof point. It shows that investing in sustainability isn't a cost. It's a massive competitive advantage on the world stage.
So the opportunities here are just immense.
Think about providing affordable solar and battery storage packages for factories and for homes, or developing carbon accounting software specifically for exporters who have to meet those really strict international buyer requirements. And there's a huge demand for green packaging solutions and platforms that help build a circular economy.
All right, let's switch gears to our fourth trend, our next reality. We're talking about spatial computing, that blend of augmented and virtual reality. With all the major players like Apple, Meta, and Samsung all pushing hard into the space, it's about to go from a niche gaming thing to a mainstream business tool.
And again, just look at the results companies are already getting. Walmart is training its employees faster and better with VR. BMW is designing cars more efficiently using AR. And IKEA's AR app has totally changed the customer experience by letting you actually see furniture in your home before you buy it. These are real, tangible business benefits.
So where do you even start? Well, the most important thing to remember is that the biggest opportunity is not in building the hardware, but in creating the content and the experiences. You could develop AR training modules for local industries, create virtual showrooms for real estate developers, or build immersive tourism experiences that showcase the incredible beauty of Bangladesh to the entire world.
And that brings us to our fifth and final trend, the rise of the solo economy. That traditional idea of a lifelong career at just one company, it's fading, and it's fading fast. We are seeing an absolute explosion in freelancing, consulting, and creator-led businesses.
This chart, it says it all. Projections are showing that freelancers could make up half of the entire U.S. workforce by as soon as 2027. This is a huge structural shift in the very nature of what work even is, and it's all powered by technology that lets individuals build global businesses right from their laptops.
The opportunity here is to build the infrastructure that powers this whole new economy. These millions of solo entrepreneurs, they need tools for things like invoicing, tax automation, project management. There's a huge need for niche talent marketplaces that connect specific skills with the right clients. And you can even combine this with our very first trend by building AI-powered tools that help creators write scripts, edit videos, or manage their content.
So as we start to wrap this up, it's so important to understand that these 5 trends, they aren't happening separately. They're all converging and feeding into each other. Think about it. A solo creator is using an AI copilot to build a personalized green tech training module that's delivered through an immersive AR experience. That is the future.
I think this final quote from the source material is just the perfect way to sum it all up. Success in this new era, it isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the vision to see where the world is going and the agility to learn, adapt, and build for that future.
So we've seen the map of what's coming. 2026 isn't just another year. It's a doorway into a completely new way of doing business. The only question left is, are you ready to walk through it?